Hi guys, I am Tsubomi and today is the 10th of September. Let me say that this can be a pretty boring time of the year for us bonsais, especially if you don't have hundreds of trees. So in this time of the year you will probably not have a lot of work to do on your trees. For this reason, today I have decided to do a video on bonsai tools. And I think you can already see from your screen that I have only one tool here with me at the moment. This is because this cutter is the most important tool for me and probably the only one you need to have to start. Yes, that's right. This because this cutter can be used to do a lot of the tasks that a beginner may need to do on his trees. For example, it can be used to cut big branches but also smaller ones and even the roots. For this reason, it is important that you choose a really good one that can be disassembled so that you can take it apart and sharpen the blades when needed. Like this one that has this nut and this screw holding the blades together. One like this can cost around 30-40 euros, but it will last a really long time if you keep it well and sharpen the blades from time to time. And when I said that this is the only tool that you really need, I wasn't joking. But as you grow in this hobby and so will do your skills, you may need to do some special tasks that need special tools. So let's now proceed to analyze my kit of bonsai tools and let's talk about the pros and cons of buying one of these kits. This is one of the dozen of kits with more or less tools inside that you can buy from Amazon. And these kits are very cheap for the number of tools you find inside. For example, I found that one kit like this one is sell for around 70 euros on Amazon at the moment. But for example, when I bought it in 2018, it was sold at only 40 euros, so it was even more convenient. But the problem is that you will probably only frequently use 2 or 3 of the tools that are inside. So I think it can be useful for you to have a review from someone like me that used one of these for a long time. And I will now divide the tools that you see here in 3 groups. The first one for the tools that I use almost every time I work on my trees. A second group for tools that I don't use often but that can be useful to have sometimes. And the last one for tools that I barely touched from when I bought this kit. So, here we are with the first group of tools in the list. These two on the left are used during repotting of the plants, while these other two are for when I need to cut a branch in a difficult position. And all of these I use very often, and it is safe to say that they are a must-have in every kit. This reducer is my favorite for when I have to remove the soil. This point is very useful with hard and dry soil, and this other one is good too, especially to extract the plant from the pot with this flat end. Well, I find that the rake tends to get caught with the mass of foreign roots, but still I use it a lot. Coming now to this scissor, among the 3 in the kit I find that these are the most useful and with the better handling. The point is very thin and can reach small places between branches with ease. You may find that a different type of scissor is more suited to you, but you will probably need at least a pair in your kit sooner or later. Then we have the flat cutters. As the name suggests, they are very useful to do a flat cut near the base of a branch and leave a clean flat scar that will heal fast. And so these are the tools that I use the most. Let's go now to the second group. In this second group I have put 2 tools that I don't use very often but are useful to have sometimes. The first one is the concave cutter that is used to make a cut slightly concave, usually where a big branch attached directly to a trunk. It can be a bit tricky to use sometimes because you have to position it with the right angle, but these help big cuts to heal faster since the scar will roll over to the concave part of the wound, closing faster. Then we have the wire cutter that is used to cut wire that is really thick, usually over 3 millimeters. For aluminum wires that are thinner, you can use every pair of scissors without problems damaging them. But let me take the wire that I use to show you. The wire that I use is like this. Here we have aluminum wire of 6 different thickness that goes from the 0.5 millimeters to 3 millimeters. You can see that I don't use such thick wire often, so this tool isn't very helpful to me. Finally, here we have a group of tools that I rarely or never use so far. These two pair of scissors are very bulky and clumsy, and I don't like them a lot. Anyhow, when I have to cut big branches, I use my trusty pruners, so they are also a bit stiff, but this is probably just a problem of my pair. And then I have two tools that I have never ever used for real, and I don't think that any beginner will ever need one of these two. The small scissor I think should be used to cut single leaves to defoliate a tree, but I don't find them any use so far. And lastly, here I have a small broom that you can see still in its packaging, so yeah, I think it will remain there. So I have put it all back together for the conclusion of this video. First, let me point out that these kind of kits are very poor in quality. You will probably find a lot of bad reviews saying that they are cheap, very little finished, and also not very sharp. And it is true. I myself had to sharpen all of these tools after I got them, otherwise they would have been unusable. But they have the big advantage to let you experiment with different tools, spending a lot less than what you will spend to buy each one of these individually. And you will still get the same quality from Amazon, probably. So would I bought them again? Probably not, since how much they cost now, but I think that they still can make some beginner happy for the first times. But if you prefer to start directly with some good tools, I will advise you not to look at Amazon and instead search for some resellers of good Japanese tools. I know the name of 2 online shops that ships all around the world. I will put them in the link in the description, but please consider that I am not affiliated with any one of them, and I will not receive a penny if you buy something. These kind of tools cost a lot, and I don't think they are a good choice for a beginner, but they can be someone's piece of cake though. In this case, I will advise you to start by buying a pair of scissors and a flat cutter. Then with time you can add the tools that you find most useful to you. But let me repeat that what I said at the start of the video. All these tools are useful and all, but you don't need them to start your journey as a beginner bonsaist. Just grab one of these and you will be fine. That said, I think that it is time to close this video, so stay tuned for the next one, and until then, have a nice day. Bye.